Hey everyone, it's Alicia Atout, joined by my co-host bodybuilding legend, Kevin Levone, and we are super excited to welcome you all back to the Interview Queen and the Maryland Muscle Machine. Today we have a hilarious prankster on the show who I'll give Kevin over there the delight of introducing.
Thank you, Alicia. By the way, you look great, and thank you for that awesome introduction. As usual, that's right, we have somebody special. But before I introduce him, let me ask this question. You ever been out somewhere and like a guy come up to you and say, yo, let me get those digits. Let me get those digits, right? You'd be
It's
like,
happened.
yo, what's up? Yeah, right? Without you smacking him, or did you actually smack the guy?
Haven't smacked. Well, in wrestling, I've smacked a couple people, but haven't had to
Yeah.
on the street or, at the mall.
Well, this next guest we have on can actually do that, get the digits, and pull it off. So I'm like, this is like, you know what? Wow. Without even going further, let me bring this guy in. Cassady, you're in. See, there you go already. You got me.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
How are you, Cassady, and how are you holding up with everything going on right now? I know you're still keeping really busy. I'm loving the new videos.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to just keep busy and not think about it, even though it's hard. And sometimes I start thinking about all the stuff going on in the world and how screwed up it is, and I kind of get worked up, and I don't know, I just try to not think about that. You know what I mean?
Cassady,
and just like work.
Cassady, let me ask you, man, how did you even come up with the idea of getting out there and doing this? And before that, it's like, this takes a lot of like balls, man. I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever been like, actually, anybody ever try to beat you up doing this?
I mean, nobody's tried to beat me up. To be honest, I can kind of read people pretty well, and I stop before it gets to that point, or I just avoid getting to that point. You know what I mean? I try to like, I see some people, they take it too far on YouTube, or it's just fake. And a fight happens or whatever, because most of these like pranks where the fight happens, it's fake as hell, and it's like paid actors. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same with the gold digger pranks and stuff like that. Oh, is this your car? Like, now I'm interested, and like their face is blurred, and like the chick's got like a fat ass, and like the big tits, and they're they got the Lamborghini, and all of a sudden they're interested. But yeah, man, like I just don't take it to that point, and I can read people pretty well. Like, I don't just go up to like anybody, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know how to pick and choose. You don't want to go up to some psychopath. So yeah.
I mean, Kevin did kind of touch on the fact that you have to be ballsy and carefree to just casually walk up to strangers and do that kind of thing. So have you always had that mentality, and in a way just kind of had no shame?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care. I think it's funny. I enjoy doing it. Like, I'm never gonna see these people again, so it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's just comedy. Like, everybody, like most guys are scared to even approach a woman and just like introduce themselves, like, or just say hi, because they're afraid they're gonna get like backlash or something, or afraid that the girl's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, they're just afraid. Like, guys are being afraid are afraid of rejection. Like, you can't be afraid. Like, first of all, like, if you get rejected, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're never going to see her again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so terrible.
Big one,
your life is going to be the same.
How did you,
go ahead.
Cassady, how did you come up with the characters? Like, how did you decide to like, oh, I'm going to get this guy, or I want to, how do you form these characters, man?
Well, to be honest, like, the most popular one I did, the Wanksta character, that's based off of some people that like I went to school with, like that I worked with. Like, for instance, man, back in, what was it, 2002, I think I was in 6th grade, and there's this kid on my bus, this white kid, and he would act like he's from the suburbs, and he would act like he's from the hood, and he's wearing the South Pole and the FUBU and all that, back when that stuff was popular. And he would just like, he would just talk like super ghetto, you know what I mean? Just like, I don't know, because he thought it was cool and stuff like that. And then I worked with this one guy in the Navy, and he'd only say, I bet, shit, yeah. And then he'd be like driving around because he was like naval security. So he'd drive around in the Navy police car, like with the rap music blaring, like songs about bitches and hoes and shit. And like, he's just going full, yeah, he's going full out. And then there was this one guy I worked with, like at Walmart when I was 18. Then they're like, it was my first day, and they're like, oh, Cassady, we're gonna pair you up with Jermaine tonight. You know, he's gonna show you the ropes. And I'm looking around for this black dude Jermaine, and I hear this voice, hey, what's up? And it's this white dude named Jermaine.
Really?
I was like, I have never seen a white dude named Jermaine. So like, yeah, and he kind of, well, like, he had the deeper voice and stuff, but like, I don't know, he had that hood mentality or whatever. I don't know. Like, I feel like people put on the act a lot of the times, though. You know what I mean? Like, they try to be hard or whatever. Like, that's kind of what that character is based off of, the Wankstick character. Like, somebody who acts like they're from the hood, but they're really,
but obviously,
from the
are
suburbs.
far from it.
Yeah, they're like a phony. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, I mean, pretty much all my characters are based off of people that I've like met or seen in real life. Even the stuff I say in my videos, like, people don't even know, like, it's stuff that I've heard like in real life, not like something I saw in a movie or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's interesting for me because obviously since this pandemic started, especially with us who put stuff online digitally, you really have had to adapt and change a lot, and there are masks everywhere you go. And some people obviously like to wear regular masks. But you decided to go in public wearing women's underwear as one, and watching the video, you were getting some serious stares and looks. And I could only imagine if I were trying to pull this prank, I'd be laughing so hard under that lace underwear. So is it hard for you sometimes while doing this stuff to keep a straight face and just not completely lose it into laughter?
I mean, it used to be like when I first started, but I'm just so used to it now that it's really nothing. And like, I've told myself these jokes or whatever, or heard them like a million times, like, because some stuff I'll write down and some stuff I'll just think of on the spot. So it's like normal to me, you know, like, so I even just wear the women's underwear like when I'm not pranking. Like, it's not like it's breathable and stuff, and people are laughing at. I had people like want to take pictures with me. They didn't know who I was. They just want to take pictures because they thought that was funny. But
it's different.
Like, my buddy told me, he's like, oh my god, dude, you should go wear the women's underwear as a mask. And then I had another friend of mine like the next day tell me that his buddy did the same thing, and I was like, screw it, I'll do it for a video. Nobody else has done it, you know.
Cassady, how did you team up with Johnny Bravo? Because he's another character.
Oh yeah, I just met him through Instagram like a while back, and we just started talking, and we just had like a good connection. No homo, you know. No, like, we just hit it off. Like, we had a lot in common and stuff. You know how you just meet someone and you just have a good vibe with them? Yeah, it's just like that. Like, and the stuff we do when we work together, it's not forced. Like, I've worked with some other people and it feels like it's forced, or they just don't have it. Because with this stuff, like, it's either you have it or you don't. Like, because you, like, as far as acting goes, like your acting can get better, but like, if you're just a terrible actor, you're probably not going to end up being an amazing actor. I feel like some of it has to be natural. Same with like playing sports. You know what I mean? Because I watch my old videos sometimes, and like, people would say, "Oh, you're a great actor," and I look back and when I first started, and I was like, "No,
you're cringing
like,
a little
making
bit."
Me cringe. I'm cringing because I wouldn't do this now.
Right.
But yeah.
Now, have you ever walked out and was like, when you got started, you're like, "Oh man," have you ever felt afraid, like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this," or one of those scary? What was one of the most scariest moments you've ever had while doing this?
Only one actually, and that wasn't even my idea or my video. Like, I was collaborating with another big channel, like, because I think I had 250,000 subs at the time. They had over 1 million. The other channel's like 5-6 million subscribers. It's called Nelk, and they want to do this collaboration basically where they're like fake employees at the KFC. And I was the CEO, right? I literally didn't even do anything. Like, and so they're visiting from Canada and California, and we're just heading back from the Target. They're like, "Oh, let's stop at KFC." They stopped at a KFC in was it Inglewood, California? I didn't even know where we were. I had no idea. This is like the fucking ghetto. Yeah. And these people come out like they run, like he was just pretending to work there or whatever, that he's supposed to work there. So we start walking out, and then everybody from the KFC, or at least half of them, runs after us like we did something to them.
Oh no.
Like I don't even know like why they chased after us. Then there's some guy who had nothing to do with it. Like, I think he was like a gangbanger, but he came out and threatened to shoot us.
Hey, Inglewood stuff, man.
I'm guessing
I
you
know.
like hauled ass out of there, eh? Like there's no
I was
sticking
getting
around.
oh yeah, and it was bad because their camera guy dropped the camera, and they got the memory card with all of our good footage on it. So that was literally a nightmare. I was scared, honestly. Like,
wow.
Yeah, because I didn't even do anything, and I just literally ended up in this shithole. Like, I don't even know. I was scared. I was terrified.
I can tell just you reminiscing right now, like reliving
I
it a little bit, shaking you up
this
a
guy's
tad.
this guy's like threatening to shoot us and everything. Like,
nuts.
And we didn't threaten anybody or anything. That's why I was like confused. Like, I think they thought that we were like undercover cops or something. But anyways, the cops came and took care of it later on. But I think they like were doing some illegal shit there, and they thought
you maybe caught it on camera or something.
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't do anything. So
Jeez.
I don't know. Other than that, I've never had any like, anything like that.
That's good, because
I had a gut feeling too. Like, I had a gut feeling like this isn't good. When the moment we walked in, I was like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do it here. And they kept saying, oh, we're already here, let's just do it. And I was like, all right. Next time, every time I have a gut feeling, if I'm on my own, I just leave. And now since then, I've always just left if I had a gut feeling. So trust your gut feeling.
You definitely get a lot of reactions from like people getting upset or starting to look angry and pissed off.
Yeah.
But I haven't really seen one where you look like you've really crossed a line or like you were in danger.
Yeah.
So the fact that happened, and of course we didn't see it because they grabbed the card, like that's a really bizarre story. You never would think it would get to that point.
Oh yeah. That was pretty scary.
Well, it's clear that you are an absolute prank master, fooling people left and right. But I was curious, what would you say is one of the funniest or most surprising pranks that someone's tried to do to you? Or does it get to the point where they don't even try to mess with you?
Well, actually, my friend Johnny Bravo, he called me and he told me that this girl that I was not dating, but I was seeing for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
Right.
And I was like done. I was just so like, I hadn't even thought about her for like 3 months. He calls me and says, oh, she just she's like, he's like, XYZ called me. She said that she's pregnant.
Oh gosh.
And he tried it, and I was like, dude, bullshit. Like, cause I seen that like before that, because my buddy was sending me her Instagram stories, and she's like out at the bars drinking like every night. I'm like, if she was pregnant, she would not be at the bars drinking every night. I was like, just stop. And then he kept trying to push it on me. So like, what do I have to like? I have no choice to somewhat believe it because he keeps like pushing it and pushing and pushing on me, and I'm on the phone, so I don't see his facial expression. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, she's gonna get my money? Like, that's because I don't know, man.
So he's sitting there telling you this, right? And you're like, so at some point, maybe like what, 5, 10, 15 minutes into this, and he's driving it home, and you're like, your heart rate's starting to go up.
Yeah.
How long
how
long did he carry this out? A few days?
No, it was just like a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay, just the phone call. And then when did it start to break? He either told you like, I'm messing with you, or you caught on?
No, he told me as a joke.
Okay.
And I was about to kill him.
I bet.
Literally, because if I was like, you think that shit's funny? Like any guy would freak out.
Well, here on this channel, we interview musicians, wrestlers, bodybuilders. So is there one celebrity that you would love to prank or have on your channel?
Oh, have on my channel as far as pranks? Oh, a celebrity, an A-list celebrity.
Anyone.
Oh, damn. That's a tough one. Tom Cruise.
Okay. Is there a reason why you want to mess around with him, or do you kind of think of anything you might try to pull?
I mean, I'm just a big fan of his movies, and
Okay.
I mean, I've seen like people like do pranks on him, or just ask him. I don't know if you've seen it where I think they sprayed water on him and he
Yeah.
got pissed.
Yeah.
That he'd have such a good reaction.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
It'd be good. It'd be good because you'd get to actually hang and pull something on someone you really like, and then at the same
Yeah.
time, like that for views would also be pretty badass. So yeah, a good
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. The thing is like, where are you
Wow.
gonna find these people? Even like these huge YouTubers. I'm talking like 10, 20 million subscribers. Like the chances of actually finding these people is pretty slim to none.
Yeah, I was about to use that
Now,
exact phrase.
I've seen you walk around at some of these bodybuilding conventions,
Oh
and you
yeah.
go up to like people in our industry and actually
Yeah.
sit there and prank them.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest ones that I saw was actually then went up to Jay Cutler.
Oh,
know.
yeah, because I said I pretended like I didn't know who Jay Cutler was, and then I was like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a 4-time Mr. Olympia." And I was like, people actually get known for
Oh gosh,
that.
that's cutthroat.
and he was like, yeah, he was like, "Are you
Yeah, Jay was
stupid?"
cool about it.
Yeah, and then he starts kind of like sarcastically laughing, like, "Well, duh, you should know who I am, because some people don't know who these people are,
Of
Not
course.
everybody
Right.
knows. You can't expect everybody to know who you are, So, anyways, he starts sarcastically laughing, and I was like, "I don't know what's funny. I'm trying to do a serious interview here." And he's all like, "I don't do these kind of interviews."
Oh god.
And then I trolled him again. I'm like, I dressed up this nerdy kid, and he didn't even recognize me at all because I looked a lot different. So I go up there and I'm like this, talking to him, like all nervous and stuff. And I'm like, "Can we take a picture?" And then right when we're posing to take the picture, I'm like, "Daddy's cock." And he's like, and he's like, "What?" Like he didn't. And then
How
I
you
told him
come
it
up
was
with
me.
this stuff? Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
We just thought of that on the spot, really,
Mm.
because we saw him there. And then they canceled like the last couple expos, so I couldn't do anything. But
Right.
I'm excited for the Olympia if they have that.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
everything happens full swing and there can actually be people in attendance and you can go
Yeah.
out there and, mess with a
Yeah,
bunch of people.
I got banned from the what is it? The LA Fit Expo, San Diego, and Anaheim.
You got banned. Wait. What was the thing that you did to get you completely banned?
So basically there was this girl named Brittany Dawn who she's like a fitness influencer or whatever you want to call it. She would do these girls' plans and whatnot, and what she would do was she would block them. Okay, let me start over. She wouldn't send them their fitness plan, right?
Okay.
And then when they ask like, "Hey, where's my plan?" she would just block them and take the money.
Oh.
Yeah, and there was like a huge forum on it, Facebook pages, like with all the girls that got scammed and stuff. So she's basically scamming people, not giving them anything and just taking their money. So I confronted her as the redneck dad. And like this, it's funny because when I was at the booth confronting her about it, she like tried to get the other guy who was working there to step in front. And basically he white knighted her. You know what white knight is, right? Like when the guy like thinks he's gonna get pussy from the girl, so like he steps up, like, "I'm the man. You ain't gonna say nothing." But she's like scamming people, but they're taking her side because I don't think they were fully aware. It's funny though because he stood up and tried to tell me I need to leave and all this stuff, and how I'm wrong, even though she stole like literally probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars from these people. And anyways, yeah, I ended up getting banned, but the video got shared everywhere, and she ended up giving like most of these girls their money back. But the funny thing is, the same guy who stood up there, he got so much shit like for doing that. and everybody was like calling him calling him out on his gyno and stuff because it's like shooting through the
Oh,
shirt.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And calling him White Knight, and like the next day, like he unfollowed her. Everybody at the booth unfollowed her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
After they like stood up for her, acting like I was the bad guy.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
My
thought that was
favorite
funny.
that you do is the favorite character. One of my favorites, all of them are great. But one of my favorites is the guy that wears the mustache. He
Chester.
goes in. You went into the Chester.
Chester.
Chester is the man. Give us a little bit of Chester. Chester said
All right.
nobody's going to mess with his daughter except him.
Oh yeah, when I was like the Bass Pro Shop. My favorite one is the Bass Pro Shop because the guy's like trying to sell me, or get me to sign up. You know how you enter like to win like for a prize?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just entering to win for a prize, and I'm just telling this guy a story. I was like, so I come home the other day, and I see this guy. He's fucking my daughter. So I go and get my goddamn 12 gauge pump. I rack that son bitch. I go back in there. I start shooting. You know what I said? I said, "Don't nobody fuck my daughter but me." And the guy's face, like at first he's all serious, and he goes, he's like shocked because I said that.
Oh my
And I was like, "Yep, it's a buckshot." Had a real good spread to it. America.
Cassady, when you do this, do you actually go back and tell the people, "Hey, by the way, I'm just like filming a video"?
Most of the time I do, unless they're like crazy.
Yeah.
Like I just don't bother. And like that guy that I told that, like he was laughing his ass off when I told him it was a joke. Like most of the people take it pretty well. I've had some times where I tell the people it's a joke afterwards, and they get more mad afterwards that it's a joke. I'm like, wouldn't it be the opposite?
Yeah, I'd feel relief almost knowing that it was some kind of joke, you know? But maybe they don't like maybe it's a pride thing where they don't like the fact that they were fooled or something, so.
I guess, I mean.
Who knows?
Or sometimes like, they'll be like, yeah, that wasn't believable or whatever. You need to work on this and that. I'm like, what do you mean? I just fooled you right now. Like, they're just salty about it, you know?
Definitely.
Exactly.
Well, before we wrap this up here, because I know that you have a busy day ahead of you, do you have anything else to ask Kevin, or we let Cassady kind of go on his merry way?
Oh, Cassady's the man. I mean, I have 1,000 more questions for him. He's always interesting to talk to, but I know he has a busy schedule and you got a lot coming up, man. I just want to say thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Having you.
When are you coming here, though?
Well, we'll talk about it. Because we'll get together and do something, you know?
Yeah,
for
sure.
We've talked about teaming up and doing something, but definitely, man, I definitely owe you now, you know? So.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to say thank you so much to Cassady for taking the time to come on here. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who is watching right now. On behalf of my co-host, Kevin Levone, this has been the Interview Queen, Alicia Atout, and we will see you next time on another episode of the Interview Queen and the Maryland Muscle Machine. Bye, everybody.